Hey everyone, it's Lance Morgan. Welcome to our first official Morgan Money Monday. So we're excited to have you on the webinar this morning. We've got a lot of exciting things to talk about today. So a lot of you were on our call that we did on Saturday morning, and I want to just kind of review a couple of the things that we talked about in the beginning here while we're waiting for everyone else to get plugged in here and logged on. But I also wanted to just start off by thanking you and telling you how excited I am about this exciting opportunity that we have. And we've been talking to a lot of people lately, and the reception is awesome. Everybody is super excited about what it is that we're offering with Tranont and how we are helping so many people with their finances. And so we've got some really good things to go over today as far as verbiage and what to say to people when somebody asks you what it is that you do, and get them excited and get them to meet with Arianne or myself and talk to them, about the more detailed part of this opportunity. But I want to just go over just a couple of quick housekeeping things, just because some of you are on for the first time, and I want to just keep focusing on a couple of these things in the beginning as we get this rolling, so everybody kind of knows what resources are available to you and how you can get the most out of the opportunity here. So first and foremost, as you see on your screen, is the morganmoney.info. This is kind of our website that will have a lot of resources and a lot of support for our team, as well as for prospects and clients and everybody to be able to get on here and see what it is that we have to offer. The first thing I want to point out is the most important, and that is down here at the bottom, which is where you can schedule an appointment with a Tranont Wealth Specialist. So not only that, but you guys can also use this as a way to schedule an appointment for either Arianne or myself for going over the Tranont business opportunity. And so feel free to schedule any time that's available. If there's a rare scenario where one of the times that you need is not available on the calendar, just maybe text us or ask us if there's maybe some time that would work that's not on the calendar. But most of our available time is going to be on this calendar. Both her calendar and my calendar are on there currently, and so you can go in there and schedule those appointments. And so I strongly encourage that. There has been a lot of questions and feedback and wanting to have like a comment box or some details that you can put in with those appointments to maybe explain what the situation is if you're booking the appointment for the person, or if there is if there's some information, if there's some notes that you can put in to identify who it is that referred that appointment. So just wanted to re-emphasize the scheduling, and we want, of course, for you to book our schedules. Just completely book them so that we can fill them up with every available spot, so that we are being utilized effectively. The other thing that I wanted to point out is just to give you a little bit of an overview of what it is that we're going to be providing from a training standpoint. This particular webinar every Monday morning will primarily be led by Arianne and will be primarily focused on the recruiting part of this business and helping to share the message and what you can say to people and how you can overcome some of their objections and some of the questions that you can ask and some of the feedback that we've been getting, so that you can kind of know what the hot buttons are and how to help people the most effectively. Then on Wednesday, there will be training every week put on by the company. And this training will be more specifically on the products like the Tranont OneView. They will be doing a training that will go over the ins and outs of how you set it up, how you get the most out of it, and how you can be the most effective using those tools. Same with the Tranont Defend and the tax app and all of the tools and resources that they provide for you. So those, from a company standpoint, are going to be the trainings on Wednesday. They'll also, of course, be announcing different company promotions and things like that. But this Monday, webinar, once again, will be not only the verbiage, but it'll also be where we can recognize our team for things that we have going on, and also where we can help to give you challenges and encourage you to to build the business part of it. Then Wednesday, like I said, will be the corporate, and then last will be Thursday. Thursday will be where Doug Foster and myself, who is my mentor, we will be focusing more on the actual financial side of things. We'll be teaching wealth strategies and different techniques and how to quote, with the different, products and things like that, and how to do presentations and everything from the financial kind of wealth specialist side of things. So if your goal is to be trained more on the wealth strategy side of things, those trainings on Thursday will be something that you would definitely want to plug into. So lots of resources. In addition to that, last but not least, I have a Facebook group set up where we can constantly be going back and forth throughout the week, where we can have, lots of different, questions and answers on there. We can do recognition on there. We can do all sorts of different feedback on there as well. So the last thing I want to mention is we want a big push for the end of this month. We want to show, we are having a big push for the end of this month. We want to show this company what our team is capable of, and we want to set the standard. We want to raise the bar. We want to show people what it is that we are capable of with this team. You guys are all very talented, and you guys have amazing skills, and we want to show those skills off. And we want to blow things out of the water for these last 5 days of the month. And in order to just add one more little incentive to that, we are doing a $100 Amazon gift card to anyone who can get 3 people this week. So basically, by the end of the month, we want everyone to have 3 people. It's very doable. Even if you haven't really gotten started yet with your business, you can tell everybody going forward that in my first week of getting started with my business, I had 3 people, so that people can see just how easy it actually is. And that, of course, will help when we're talking about the 3 for free. And you can tell people, that they basically won't even have to pay for this amazing membership, because they'll be able to get 3 so easily. So we want everyone to get their 3 people this week. That will help you tremendously as you're telling people about this business. And the last thing that I want to mention is, and then I'll turn the time over to Arianne, is that we want you to be hyper focused on those 3 people this week and nothing else. If you haven't gotten all your tools set up, perfectly, and you're still trying to learn the ins and outs of those, that's fine. But let's put that off, until we get those 3 people in this week. And this week should be nothing more than pounding the phones, getting on, talking to people. Don't wait around for videos. Don't wait around for training. Don't wait around for, something that's going to make it easier. Right now, all we need to do is get on the phone. And yeah, it's already easy enough. We just need to get on the phone and spread the message and get people to talk to either Arianne or myself. And so that's the main thing that we need to be focusing on this week, is just being on the phone and sharing your excitement. And you can't share your excitement unless you have had your own exciting experience, which is exactly what this company is all about, helping you with your finances. And so I will be on the phone with every one of you this week, getting your own personal experience. You need to be able to see what it is that we're doing for people. You need to be on the phone with myself this week, having your own Tranont experience with a wealth advisor, so that you can go around telling everybody what we were able to do for you. Because you can't be a missionary for a church you don't belong to. You have to have your own experience. And whatever the outcome is, it doesn't matter. You have to have your experience. You have to see what it is that we're doing for people, because it truly is amazing. And so that is what the message is we are helping people with their finances. By being a member of Tranont, they have access to a personal financial mentor, somebody that can coach them through all of their financial decisions. And so we need for you to have that experience. And so with that, I am going to turn the time over to Arianne, and she will talk a little bit more about that and how you can share that message and that excitement.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being on today, taking the time out of your busy lives, out of your schedules. One thing that I've seen over the last almost 20 years of being in this industry is the people who plug in to these trainings, people who plug into corporate information. Those are the people who succeed. And so I just want to give you kudos for plugging into this and taking time out of your schedule to be a part of this. You're investing in not only your business, but you're investing in yourself as well. So kudos to you for that. I just want to quickly talk today. Of course, Mondays, the webinars are going to be specifically on building your organization. And I want to just reiterate something that Lance said, except for I want to tweak one word. It's not that we want to really do this today. It's not that we want to build our organizations or that we want to show Tranont as a company what our team is all about. That's just who we are. We are builders in Tranont, and we are people who are going to succeed, who are going to excel, and you are too by being a part of this team. A couple of things quickly is not only do you want to talk to people about Tranont and about being financially educated and being financially healthy, but you also want to talk to them about the team. When I was with Mary Kay for 15 years, I always told people, of course, you're going to get all the benefits of being a part of the company, but there are additional benefits to being a part of our team and your own individual teams. I want you all to be posturing yourselves and messaging to the people you're talking to that you're building the fastest growing team in this company, not only in the region in which you live, but in the company in general. So make sure that you're sharing who you are and what you're doing, because people don't follow wimpy. They don't follow wishy-washy. They follow someone who knows where they're going, who has a plan, and who is confident. And that doesn't mean that you always have to feel confident, that you always have to have the exact details of the plan. I remember when I first started in this industry and I didn't have anyone on my team, and I was working to earn my car, just like you all are working to get your 12 to get your Jeep. And I told everyone that I was going to have that car in 8 weeks. And with what we have with Tranont, this is even easier. You should all be focusing on having that 12 in the next couple of weeks at the very latest, because of how easy it is to talk about this opportunity. So I want you to make sure that you're talking about where you're going, that you want to take people with you, and that you're really setting yourself up and messaging that you are a future leader of this company and you are blowing things up. One of the best ways that you can do that is through social media. And so I want to quickly give you some tips on social media today. It's one of the things I'm really not seeing out there a lot with Tranont. I was meeting with one of the corporate employees at Tranont this last week, and he said, Arianne, what do you feel like we're missing? And I said, I feel like we're missing the buzz. I feel like we have like the financial cure to cancer, and nobody knows that we do. And people aren't talking about it enough. And I think it's because you're trying to overcomplicate the message of what we are and what we're doing for people. Every single human being breathing alive needs to know about Tranont. We can help every single one of them. They don't have to be interested in weight loss or health or scrapbooking or cooking or skincare or jewelry or whatever. They don't have to have that niche. They don't have to want to be an online shopper or buy laundry detergent or whatever. We have something that every single person needs. And that's what sales really truly is. When I was taking my sales and marketing classes at Iowa State University for my degree, my sales professor said all sales is showing people that they have a need and showing them that your product fills that need. And one of the best ways to create a buzz about that is through, obviously, number one, first and foremost, getting on the phone. I'm going to give you some quick tips on that today as well. But you need to start creating a buzz on social media. We went to the Jazz game here in Utah on Friday night, and actually, Lance and I didn't even watch the game. Literally, people would scream that they, scored a touchdown. See, I don't even watch sports. So made a goal. What do they call it? A basket, whatever. And I don't even know about sports. But when we had the opportunity to go to that game, we took it because I wanted to use that as a social media experience. And so I hope that you are posting. And if you're not on social media, you need to just get over it and get on it, because it's the way of the future. It's a great way to network and a great way to get yourself out there and meet people that you don't know. You should be on Twitter. You should be on LinkedIn. You should be on Pinterest. I've already created a financial health board on Pinterest. And guys, yes, guys are on Pinterest. It's not just for girls and recipes and home, crafting and that kind of stuff. This is your whole personal hobby. When people say, do you have hobbies? Your Pinterest board reflects your hobbies and reflects your interests. So guys, you can be on Pinterest too. It's one of the most and fastest growing areas of social media. You also Instagram. Instagram is huge. Everyone's on Instagram now. It's another great way to grow your business. And YouTube, setting up a YouTube channel, being able to share the videos that the company does have and is creating, or videos that we put out there, or opportunity webinars that we put out there. You need to explode your social media. So first of all, to this week, like Lance said, we're not focusing on the minutia. We're pounding the phones. If you already have social media set up, start using it. But don't say, oh, I'll wait to get my 3 until I get my social media set up, or I'll wait to get my 3 until Arianne tells us how to use Pinterest. You need to be telling everyone everywhere. I went out to eat on Thursday night with my sister, and I have a good rapport with one of the people that works at the restaurant. They know my name. I love this restaurant, and I could never, of course, talk. It was a male, as a man, and of course I was never talking to him about Mary Kay, and I certainly wasn't talking to him about jewelry. But the very first thing that I went in and talked to him about, because he said, hey, what's new? How's it going? Haven't seen you for a few weeks. And I said, well, that's because I have the most exciting thing that you've ever heard. You've got to talk to me and my husband about this. And he's like, sure, yeah, okay, definitely come in. I want to hear about it. So you should be talking to every single person who comes within 3 feet from you, because you really do have the financial cure to cancer. Some of the lines that I've been using are, we don't have third world problems, but our dirty water here in our first world country is our money. And would you agree with that? So you've got to start getting the word out there and start talking about what you're doing. One of the things that I have been hearing you all talk about is, well, what do we tell people when people say, what is Tranont? Or what are you with Tranont? And I'm telling people that I'm a financial education coach. I help people, and I help with them with their finances, and I help them to get educated. And so let me just really quickly talk about things that you can do on social media really quick, and then I'll talk more about what you can be saying on the phone. But something that you need to know about social media is hashtagging. Hashtagging is 90% of the time by the average person used totally incorrectly. And, they'll make up some cute phrase to describe the picture they put up, or, I love spending time with my, cute Ella Bella, if I posted something about Ella. Well, that's really, yes, it's fun and you can do that, but it's really not what hashtagging is meant for. Hashtagging is meant for searchability. So when you're on Instagram, you can search by hashtags. When you're on Google, you can search by hashtags. You want to be searchable so that when people are looking up new direct sales company, financial education, whatever you think people might be searching that has to do with what you're offering, 6-figure income, work from home mom. These, I'm telling you, some of the hashtags that I use, changing lives, explosive income. Of course, I'm hashtagging Tranont Life, not only because of the life insurance side, but I'm hashtagging Tranont Life because we're all living a Tranont life. We are creating a lifestyle, and that's even more important than any specifics on the message. People want to be a part of a culture. They want to be a part of something exciting. They want to be a part of something that's explosive. They want to be a part of something that is, revolutionary. And so when you're putting your posts on Facebook, even if you're starting there, or if you're already on Instagram, make sure that you're using some hashtags that will bring you up in searchability. With that said, you also should be, anything that you're posting that's specifically related to your business, you should have your Tranont duplicated website on there. So ours is morganmoney.mytranont.com. You want people to be able to go and sign up with you. You want them to go and check things out. You, of course, can use the morganmoney.info because that's really, generalized for everyone. And so they can go check that out too. But anything that's about your business, you should be putting your duplicated site on there so that they think, gosh, Emily's just posted that something about some Tranont. What, I don't know how to say that, but what is Tranont? What is this company? And if you have your website right there, you're going to make it really easy for them to just click on that and go check it out. And you're giving them layers of information to see what you're doing. Just from our Friday night at the Jazz game for a couple of hours, I have had more phone calls and more private message on Facebook and more text messages than I've even had a chance to call and talk to, just because they're wanting to know what's going on with my life. Another thing with that, when people are asking you what's new, don't talk about, your current job that you're maybe trying to get out of or your current situation. Talk about what's exciting. Talk about Tranont. Say, you know what, things are going great with my family and things couldn't be better. But what I'm really excited about right now is this new company that I'm with that is exploding because we're solving the problem that every single American has, which is financial. And you might be saying, well, I know people who aren't financially in trouble. Well, guess what? If they have money, they want more money. And if they have money, they want to be smart with their money. So whether people have it or don't have it, we're solving the problem that everybody has. And that has to do with money. I kind of always tease that financial services, wasn't appealing to me. It wasn't quote unquote sexy enough in the industry lingo. But you know what is appealing to me? Financial security. That's appealing to me. Helping other families be financially secure. That's appealing to me. That is sexy. Money is sexy. And it is why I'm excited to support Lance and to be on board with this company. So let me just, as we wrap things up, just give you a kind of a basic outline. I've been getting a lot of questions on, what do I say to people specifically? I know I can share my own personal excitement. I know that I can, tell them why I joined, but even basic questions like, what is Tranont? And when I get asked, well, what is Tranont? I always respond with questions. In sales, you should be talking the least and always thinking, is what I'm about to say, can that be phrased in a question? I had a contact from about 18 months ago through another business that we ended up not doing together. But she contacted me and said, I'm looking at other companies. It's so interesting what you're posting. I'd love to talk and before I make any decisions on joining another company. And so I called her up. And instead of verbally vomiting everything I knew and everything I'm excited about with Tranont, I asked her some simple questions. I said, you know what? And I always use their first name. So I'll just make up a name so it's generalized here. But you know what, Susan? Would you say that one of the biggest problems in our country right now is our economy? And of course, she said yes. And I said, would you say that the average American feels extremely confident in their financial situation? She said, well, no. And I said, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like if people knew more about money and more about their finances, that it would probably be helpful for them? And she said, well, of course. And I said, okay, let me ask you another question. If I asked you where you would go to become more financially educated or what you've done to become financially educated up to this point, what would you say? And she's like, well, I probably, maybe I could read a Dave Ramsey book or go back to college. And I'm like, okay, so self-education, which you're just going on, hopefully Dave Ramsey's correct in his theories. Dave Ramsey's just giving his opinions, right? And so that's not bad, but okay, self-education. And then you can go to college, which is going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And I said, so do you think most people are assertive enough and are willing to spend the time to be self-educated or to go to college? And she said, no. And I said, do you think that is contributing to why our country is in the financial crisis that it's in? that the average person doesn't have a clue about finances, doesn't have a clue about their own finances. And really, the only way that people are involved in their finances is checking their online banking statement and seeing if they have more money that they can go spend and knowing when their next paycheck is and saying, gosh, you know what? I'd love to meet with a financial planner, but they're going to charge me money to do a financial diagnosis, and they're also going to tell me to invest money that I don't have. Do you feel like that's probably most people's financial knowledge and, fiscal experience? And she said, yes. I said, okay, well, here's the thing is there's a lot of network marketing companies out there, and most of them are product based. Even some of our financial service companies, they're buy term and invest the difference, or specifically life insurance, this specific product base. I said, if I told you that I could give you Tiger Woods golf clubs or Tiger Woods' ability to play golf, which one would you choose? And she started laughing and saying, well, obviously his ability. And I said, well, one of the things I love about Tranont is that we are not a product-based company. We are not a lotions, potions, or pills, or, all sorts of little extra products that are going to fill up your garage. We're not asking people to give us their money for a product. We are giving them the ability to be financially educated. Even if they have gobs of money and they have personal bankers, wouldn't people rather know the information themselves so that they can work with their personal banker, with their personal financial planner, and say, you know what, I went to a training on that subject, and I know that's what you're suggesting, but with my knowledge, I don't know that that's the best for my finances. Instead of just trusting that person is doing the best for them, what Tranont is a financial education company. We're taking the number one problem in our country and giving people education about it, because what we know is that when people are more educated, then they have more opportunities. It's no different than somebody who's in a third world country or somebody who grew up in the ghettos. When they can receive education about clean water, about hygiene, about, opportunities to go to college or what have you, that gives them opportunity. So we have heard the phrase before, what you focus on expands. We're helping people to conveniently focus on their finances so that they can have their finances expand, instead of the rich becoming richer because they have access to all of this and the poor becoming poor because they don't. Don't you think that sounds like an exciting company to be a part of? So there's lots of things that you can talk to people about, but the main thing I want you to focus on is these questions. I will be putting together an email this afternoon that will go over questions that you can ask people. I'll also give you some feedback on maybe some concerns or objections that people, give you. One of the things that I want to tell you just really quickly right now is everyone's going to have concerns. Everyone's going to have skepticism. Everyone's going to have questions. And right now, when you're picking up the phone today, I want to personally challenge you to get on the phone with 10 people today and just say, you know what, wouldn't it be great to know that there's a company out there that's going to help the average everyday person with financial education? We're not another network marketing company that's trying to sell them something. We're trying to help them and provide strategies and tools that have only been given to the elite and to the wealthy of our country. We're bringing that to the middle day, average day, middle American. There's 58 million households in middle America that need what we have to offer, and we're bringing that to them. We're here to help the economy one household at a time through financial education that you don't have to go to college to. You don't have to spend several grand going to a financial, I'm using air quotes right now, financial expert workshop. You can have that kind of education for very, very, very minimal, a fraction of the cost, by being a member, and actually you can even get it for free. So anything that they say, like anything, you just need to say, I know, I just want you to hear about this. And remember that you're not trying to seal the deal and to recruit them right when you're on the phone, opening up that first conversation. Your goal is to get them to listen. And you can do that by hooking them up with Lance or myself. Lance, of course, can talk to anyone. He knows this industry. He knows the network marketing side of things. Of course, I'm available too. But just know with both of us, you have absolutely fantastic team building options, and we can give them great information. Of course, Lance knows all the details on anyone who's from the industry. Financially, CPA, estate attorneys, all those kind of things. He's more honestly more educated about the financial services side than I am. But definitely go online to morganmoney.info. Your goal with these 10 phone calls today, phone calls, is to get them in touch with Lance or myself this week. And then, of course, as you listen to us give them information, you're going to get more skilled in knowing how to say it yourself. But this is training for you first and foremost, and it's going to be a way that if you have us talk to 10 people this week, you're going to get your 3, absolutely no question about it, if not more. So make sure that you get on the phone, get 10 people scheduled to talk to us. Wait for that email for specifics, but don't wait to get on the phone. But just if you let them know that we're solving the biggest problem that we have in our country, which is financial education, and how people are being fiscally responsible, you need to, that's all people need to know. It's just like if they want to go out and lose weight, they'll go out and get a gym membership. If they want to be financially healthy, they need a Tranont membership. And we're going to be making that happen. So we are getting each of you 3 people this week, and we're going to get this ball really ramped up. So watch for that email, but pick up the phone and start sharing that excitement with people. I'm going to turn this back over to Lance to wrap it up.
All right, thank you very much. And now you know why she's the best at what she does, and I'm excited to be building this with her because this is going to be huge. The last thing that I want to say in closing is that I have had several of you say, well, what about somebody who's just interested in meeting with you about becoming a client and that doesn't want to join Tranont? Well, I think that the problem is of course that is a possibility, but I think that the messaging needs to be that why in the world would they just want to meet with a wealth specialist and have an annual review once a year? Going back to the gym membership, if they want to take a more active role in their finances and they truly want to improve their financial health, then they need to be plugged in to finances on a weekly basis. And so I actually look at the Tranont kind of financial wealth membership as being so much more valuable than just meeting with a wealth specialist one time. And then, of course, yes, we could have an annual review and things like that. But if somebody truly wants to make, like Mark said, I was talking to Mark earlier today, and he said, if somebody wants to take a more active role in their finances, then the Tranont membership is the way to go. So just wanted to kind of get that out there and to kind of help you to see that is a possibility. Yes, I'm happy to meet with some family members or somebody that you don't think would ever join Tranont. But the reality of it is they probably will want to join Tranont once they truly understand that it is having a more active role in their finances on a weekly basis. And they, of course, can even plug in to some of these trainings that we'll be doing on Thursdays on more of the financial strategy side of things. So whether it's the recruiting side of things or whether it's just the client side of things, Tranont has amazing opportunities for everyone. And like Arianne said, this truly is something that does apply to everyone. The market is huge. Everyone has issues with their money, and Tranont is solving that. So please feel free to reach out to either one of us. If you just need a personal coaching appointment, then book that on our calendars as well. But let's just stay plugged in. Let's go blow this thing up, and let's have everyone get their 10 today so that we can get everyone their 3 this week. And let's just go out there and have everyone get their Jeeps in their first month so that we can be out there advertising for this amazing opportunity, and everyone will want to know what it is that Tranont is all about. So thanks again for all your time. I'm excited to be talking to you all shortly. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.